as soon as things don't start going his way,
Yeah.
he starts to crumble, and things aren't going to go his way. So I think he's going to crumble.
Yeah.
Jake Paul reacts with surprise as intense new sparring clips of Gervonta Tank Davis surface online. He admits that the footage only fuels his motivation and says he thrives when people doubt or criticize him because it makes every victory more satisfying. Jake insists he has been training relentlessly, keeping his focus sharp and his confidence high. He adds that he has wanted this fight with Tank for a long time, and now that it is finally happening, he genuinely believes he has what it takes to win.
Stand on business and say the other person's gonna win. I like it.
So when
It makes it fun.
When he lay your boy out. I mean,
He's my boy too. I love Mike.
I mean, Mike will move from this side to this side without you knowing exactly at what move.
Showbiz, the adult, delivers a fiery response to critics who claim Gervonta Davis took the fight with Jake Paul purely for money. He argues that people are oversimplifying the situation. According to Showbiz, Jake himself revealed that the contract includes a massive knockout bonus, a detail that changes everything. If there is a financial incentive for a knockout, Tank will not hold back, and neither will Jake. This fight becomes about pride, legacy, and power, not just a paycheck. Showbiz emphasizes that Tank's reputation is sacred to him, and the thought of being knocked out by a YouTuber turned boxer is unthinkable. Critics calling this a cash grab miss the point. For Tank, it is about defending his name. For Jake, it is about proving his worth. The knockout bonus just adds gasoline to the fire.
You guys told me that Gervonta Tank Davis is just taking this fight for a payday. He's just trying to get to the bag. Well, you got the fight itself, which is a payday, and you got a KO bonus on top of that, a big bonus. That's what Jake Paul said.
They're going to get a big bonus.
And they got a side bet of $2 million.
Let's make it two.
Y'all gonna shake on it?
Yeah.
Shake on it?
Shake $1 million.
2 mil? 2 mil? 2 mil. Let's do 2 mil. Go get a shake.
Oh, they're shaking left here.
2 mil. There we go.
Oh my fuck.
Why not get the entire bag? Whenever I got good food on my plate, I clean the plate. There is no reason to boil y'all. Hold on. Let me, because I'm gonna play some Marvel Rivals. Let me get all this together. I'm gonna be playing some Marvel Rivals later. Hold on, let me get my blind. Sure, cause no cream. And yes, no cream. Because I'm fired up today. I got on the scale today and I'm 209 pounds. Okay, you guys know that I'm on the fitness journey. I'm showing you guys my video journal. And I started at 217 pounds when I started all this 12 days ago. And I'm telling you, I'm seeing faint abs. Hold on, the faint abs. Woo! The faint abs! The faint abs! The faint abs! I'm telling you, it'll be back. I will be back. I want my Terminator shit. And when I'm done, I'm going to tell you guys my secret and exactly how I did it. I'm talking about step by step, everything. I'm going to be in great shape like I was. When I turned 45 and all the gray in the beard, I was just like, it ain't over, bro. It ain't over. Hold on. Let me. Ooh. Dr. Doing. Okay. All right. But listen. A lot of you guys calling this a fake fight and all this shit. I'm going to quote one of you in the war room. I forgot, one of my show business partners said, was it Justin Hill? I forgot who it was. You guys said, something like, and if I misquote you, I'm sorry, but it was dope. You said something like, if this is a fake fight, it definitely has real consequences. I keep telling you guys, man, if it goes on their real record or not, whatever it is, you know what you saw. It's just like Ryan Garcia versus Devin the American Dream Haney. Devin Haney is still undefeated, but we know what we saw. You cannot erase what we saw. If Jake Paul knocks out Tank Davis, there's some real circumstances. The shit goes viral, and I'm going to lose $10,000. Jake Paul isn't just going to win in this exhibition, but he's also going to get a knockout bonus and an extra $2 million.
Veteran trainer Robert Garcia weighs in with a seasoned perspective. He says there is nothing technically wrong with Tank accepting this fight. It is his career and his right. But what troubles Garcia is the timing. Legends like Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, and Manny Pacquiao pursued spectacle fights only after securing their legacies. Tank Garcia argues has not yet reached that point. Fans still want to see him face the elite, such as Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, or Teofimo Lopez, before moving into crossover bouts. The frustration is not with the fight itself, Garcia explains, but with what it symbolizes, a detour away from greatness. Tank has the skill to build a historic legacy, but choosing spectacle over substance could hurt his long-term respect in the
stop the contest before something like that. But I don't know, what's your just take on the whole thing?
I'm not very interested. That doesn't excite me. I know it's gonna do really good numbers. I know they're making a lot of money, which is good for them, good for Tank, because in boxing that's what everybody looks for. I think is, the good thing is they announced it as an exhibition, which is, I'm okay with it. Everybody does it. Mayweather has done it. Ali did it. The only thing, my personal opinion is Tank, they all did it when they had already accomplished so much. They already did so much. Mayweather did everything in boxing and accomplished everything. Muhammad Ali did the same, and many others that have done it. I think Tank never gave us the fights that we really wanted. Never really gave us those challenges. He never really challenged himself. He didn't give Rhodes that rematch, which he should have. Mayweather did it when he had a hard time with Maidana and Castillo. Right away, he did the rematches to prove everybody wrong, and look at what he did. He beat them clearly. So Tank should have done the same. He didn't. That I could criticize, but then at the end also, if you're making 30 to 50 million, I don't even know what he's making to fight, to have an exhibition against just Jake Paul, I would have asked. I would do the same.
No one would say no to that, right?
If I had one of my fighters get an offer to fight a big celebrity, a big YouTuber for $20-30 million, I would probably do the same. So I don't blame him. It's boxing. At the end of his career, 20 years from now, nobody's gonna care how many belts he won or who he fought.
Boxer and commentator Bernie Thaw does not sugarcoat his opinion. He mocks fans who defend Tank by saying, at least he is making money. Tank is not broke. Bernie argues he is already one of the best paid fighters of his era. Fans do not tune in to celebrate paychecks. They want competition, passion, and great rivalries. He says that if Lamont Roach manages to defeat Isaac Pitbull Cruz, Tank's toughest past opponent, it will raise real questions about Tank's standing. That is the kind of drama boxing needs, not celebrity clashes. Bernie insists that true boxing fans care about legacy, not luxury. Money fights like Jake Paul may sell, but they do not build greatness. And that is what real followers of the sport respect most.
Rematch with Tank, and it's kind of I kind of don't really care about the fight no more. Starting to lose a little steam.
But I'm saying, if he stops Pitbull Cruz, right? Don't you think that people would want to see, Lamont and Tank more due to the fact that, Tank had a hard time with Pitbull?
No, I think people just want to see Tank versus Lamont because Lamont, he had a hard time with Lamont. It's just like Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. People just like controversy. People just like, what I'm saying? So people like to see finished business. They don't want to leave it unfinished. And that's what the intrigue is. They want to people want to see finished business. So, what I'm saying? I think that's the intrigue of the fight. And it doesn't make no sense why they taking so fucking a fight. Everybody keeps saying that, Tank getting the money, but is we getting the fucking money? Is we bidding out for the fucking money? Is he gonna give us some of the money? Are we waiting on him to feed us any bit? No. I want what I want. Fuck that. I'm selfish. I'm a fan. I want to see the fucking fight. I don't want to see no fucking circus. You know what I'm saying? So where everybody's saying, oh, he back, who gives a fuck? I hope he already rich as fuck. He already won $30 million in the last fight. to sell him. He got more money than I'm ever gonna have. I don't give a fuck. I want to see the fights. I'm a fucking boxing fan. I want to see a fucking fight. I don't want to see no fucking farce. Fuck. Motherfucker count another motherfucking pockets. They all getting paid. These motherfuckers getting paid millions. Boy, we making how much? 60,000, 40,000 every motherfucking day, going to work 9 hours a day and shit, and then coming home with come on, waiting on income tax and shit like that to get some big bread. Come on, man. I'm talking about the average person.
Lamont Roach addresses the situation with calm honesty. He says he does not mind Tank taking the Jake Paul fight after all. Any fighter would be tempted by the size of the opportunity. What disappoints him is how it was handled. Roach reveals there was a rematch clause in his contract with Tank. Yet Tank went silent and instead signed to fight Jake without any communication. To Roach, that is a lack of professionalism and respect between fighters. He admits he would have done the same in Tank's place, but only with transparency. Boxing, he says, is built on mutual respect, and skipping obligations for a spectacle damages that foundation. Roach concludes that while the move may pay off financially, it leaves a mark on Tank and the integrity of the sport.
For not executing that rematch, is it safe to say that there was some money given to you because of that?
Money given to me, not necessarily, but
okay.
You know, like I said, those guys took good care of me. Those guys on the other side took care of me. Not not him personally and not his team personally, right. But you know.
But somebody made it right for that rematch not happening.
Kinda, you could say that. Yeah.
I understand. I don't understand the position you're in, but from the outside looking in, you had a phenomenal performance against arguably one of the best fighters, you know, top 10 pound-for-pound fighters in Tank, which many didn't believe it would happen. So you want the opportunity to get back and you know, I guess get the victory. But can you really, honestly, putting yourself in Tank's shoes, be upset with taking advantage of the opportunity to fight Jake Paul? Reportedly, there's about $40 million that he's going to get paid. Now, I don't know this to be, you know, accurate, but I'm saying those are the reports, right? If you were in his shoes, wouldn't you do the same thing?
See, now, this is something that I explain and express, and I hope everybody gets. That opportunity is an opportunity that you probably cannot pass up. But it's about how you handle it. It's about how you go about it. A lot of people don't know that he actually exercised his rights to the rematch, so that contractually binds us to a fight. You cannot breach that unless you do what you have to do to handle the business, to be like, okay, well, we mutually agree to let you move on or swindle around.
Jake Paul stands firm in defense of the matchup, clarifying that this is no exhibition. He says proudly, "This is a real sanctioned fight with judges, scorecards, and a real winner." Jake emphasizes that the knockout bonus is not a gimmick, it is motivation. He explains he thrives in moments where people expect him to fail, because those are the moments that shape champions. Jake insists this is not a cash grab for him. It is the biggest test of his career. The knockout clause, he says, represents more than money. It is about courage, risk, and self-belief. This time, Jake vows he is not here to survive. He is here to prove he belongs among boxing's elite.
Even the list you made years and years ago, Gervonta Davis is on the list. Yeah, exactly. It's all manifestation, and it's a very powerful thing. And yeah, I think people don't dream big or set massive aspirational goals and then also put the work in. I think that's the other thing, is like, I'm still doing sprints and track work and bench press and squats and all of these things for the sport of boxing. So when I transition to NFL, I'm going to have a lot of that natural explosiveness and power from the past 6 years of training every day.
Ryan Garcia does not hold back. He calls Jake Paul's move a calculated publicity stunt meant to keep him relevant, not to elevate boxing. Ryan, who has had his own heated rivalry with Gervonta Davis, claims Tank accepted the fight for the paycheck, not the challenge. He argues that true fighters chase legacy world titles, respect and history, not viral headlines or quick paydays. In his view, Both men are treating boxing as entertainment rather than the sacred sport it deserves to be.
Jake Paul versus Tank, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, everyone's talking about it. It's a whole thing. A lot of people liked it, didn't like it.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you first saw that it was a thing?
It pissed me the fuck off, bro.
Yeah, why?
It's just disappointing on mainly Jake's end. You know, we're not falling for the Disney Channel bit no more. We're not falling for you're not a fighter no more. We're not falling for that. You know, you're ranked as a cruiserweight and you're out here trying to fight a lightweight. And then on top of it, you were just talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. That doesn't make no sense. And, you know, I just felt like it was a disgrace to boxing and kind of it was not a good move by Jake Paul. You know, I understand people saying, you know, Gervonta got to go get his money, you know, blah, blah, blah. But, like, we're not talking about that shit. We're talking about the sport, bro. We're not talking about, oh, you got to get that money, bro. Yeah, but everybody's open to criticism. That's the whole point of this media shit.
Right.
That's why they talk about basketball players. They don't talk about, well, LeBron's making too much. Like, nobody cares, bro. If LeBron's missing the shot, he's missing the fucking shot. So at the end of the day, bro, I just thought it was a disgrace to the sport. Because on one end, you know, you got the casuals, right? The casuals don't see the weight difference. They see Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. Yeah. And if Gervonta Davis doesn't fuck up Jake Paul, they're going to think Jake Paul is some pound-for-pound champion type of fighter. Yeah. And to me, that's just... it's tricking the public, and it's kind of bullshit, bro, at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, if Gervonta was Jake Paul's size, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. There probably wouldn't even be
Former world champion Shawn Porter offers a balanced but cautionary take. He acknowledges that Jake Paul deserves credit for stepping into the ring with real fighters, something few celebrities have done. But Porter notes a recurring pattern most of Jake's opponents accept his fights because of the money, not the merit. He says Jake has gained fame, but fame is not the same as respect. While Jake's skills have clearly improved his conditioning, timing, and technique, he still has not earned the kind of admiration that comes from years of elite competition. In boxing, Porter reminds everyone respect is not bought, it is fought for through legacy, heart, and consistency.
I like when it's all said and done and when you guys go off, they go into the next man. So if y'all can make a big payday, go get that payday. The sport of boxing don't love you. That's the problem with this sport. It's like what Jake Paul did, man, it's crazy, but people getting paid off of it. Yeah. So if he can call any one of y'all out and y'all can get that payday, I say go get it, baby. I'm not mad at it.
For me, and I'm not mad at this move at all for Tank Davis, but I think when it comes to boxing fans, there's an essence that comes with this sport, and it's an essence that hasn't been lost, unlike other sports.
Comedian and boxing fan Earthquake delivers a mix of humor and insight. He jokes that big muscles might look impressive under the lights, but they do not win fights. Heavy guys gas out. He says they start swinging like they are underwater after a few rounds. Earthquake explains that Jake's size and strength could actually work against him when facing Tank's speed and precision. Tank has rhythm and timing. He says he will make Jake miss, drain that gas tank, and take over. He adds that boxing is not a bodybuilding contest. It is a battle of lungs, timing, and nerve. His final punchline lands with truth: you cannot flex your way out of fatigue. Tank is going to remind Jake of that real quick.
You're a boxing fan?
Totally.
Okay, Tank Davis and Jake Paul in November. According to betonline.ag, Jake Paul's the underdog at plus 139. Gervonta Davis is the favorite at minus 180. So he's the favorite almost 2-1.
Right.
What do you think will happen in this ring?
I don't know, but Tank should beat him. Tank should beat him, but Tank is smaller. And usually in boxing, you take the bigger man, but then again, Terrence Crawford killed that when he beat Canelo.
They were the same weight.
Yeah, they were
at the time. Well, no, maybe a little bit different after they rehydrated, but they weighed in at the same weight. There's a 30-pound difference between Gervonta and Jake Paul. Jake Paul had to lose like 30 pounds to get down to like 195. And Gervonta, I think, was like 160.
Gervonta all the way up to 160.
Oh, hold on. Gervonta.
160.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. No. 133.8.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, he 133.
It's a 60-pound weight difference.
Yes.
60 pounds.
Yes.
Ooh. That's for today. Video. Subscribe for more.